Hey guys, I'm back with another video on my channel. This is terrible what happened. This came from the Detroit News article. So a man deceased in a crash never got an airbag recall notice. So this came out September 23rd, 2022. Fort Lauderdale, Florida, when Florida Highway Patrol trooper arrived at the crash scene in the Panhandle this summer, they found a 20 years old Navy officer deceased after the wheel with neck around that it turned looked like a possible shooting. A trooper later mentioned the U.S. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration that injury was from the development of a airbag in the 2006 Florida Wayne pickup in the July accident in Pensacola. So the police really thought there was the police officer thought it was originally a shootout, but they found out this man was deceased due to a airbag situation. Now you know that's a shame. Thought the NHTSA is investigating and hasn't made any final determination yet. The family of Hayden Jones Jr. said there's exempt evidence of the death was caused by exploded taker airbag. It will be the 20th such death in the U.S. and it will come 6 years after the start of the recall of the vehicle motor. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is the type of stuff. Excuse me. This is the type of stuff that can't. This type of stuff that can't happen. Like I've been saying, with all these calls being called back for a recall, dangerous fire with. You put the car in park and it still rolls away with all that type of stuff I've been talking about and have been talking about on my channel. I knew eventually this was gonna happen sooner or later. This man is now deceased because of the airbag incident. Possibly, he could be possibly gone because of an airbag incident. Possibly, but they still, according to this, they still investigating. They have make a conclusion, but I won't be surprised if it was. That's just my opinion. The NHTSA will call notice for 2006 Florida Range underlining an urgent saying owners shouldn't drive these vehicles unless you are going straight to a dealer to have them repaired. Florida said it notified the vehicle owner of the recall, even going to the owner home to try to schedule a repair. But the Jones family said it never received any recall notice from the manufacturer has filed a wrongful deceased lawsuit. And you know what? If this family never see a recall notice, that's not that hard to believe. It's not. I'm gonna tell you why I think that, because doing these news stories about the cars, they could literally have something happen today, but they won't send out a notification till like at least a month later. And you can even see that in the article I read. How many times I read an article about a recall, and the recall was found in certain days, but they were sending a recall notification out till like a month later. I'm just saying. And you can see that in the article I be reading. They will put a notification out to like a month later. But this is messed up. Case like this in which needed repair never happened shows that the system is broken, said William Wallace, safety advocate for customer report. He said the recall system is weakened in part because it relies heavily on its own keeping up to date with the recall notice. Some states, such as New York, require notice of pending recall to be given to the car owner as perform an annual vehicle inspection. Florida does not require any annual inspection. What they mean Florida don't require an annual inspection? See, you saw you see why this weird, right? Y'all in Florida. Oh my god, I can't believe I just read that. I cannot believe I just read that. I can't believe this author said that. I'm gonna read that again. Florida does not require an annual inspection. People in Florida who may be watching my channel, y'all see this right. Y'all better be aware. What that mean Florida does not require an annual inspection? When things like this happen, you know what? Hayden Jones Sr. originally bought the vehicle in Tennessee from Dorbus, Florida of Memphis. According to the lawsuit filed Wednesday against Florida, the dealership, which is now AutoNation for Wolf Chase, and the owner and driver of other vehicle involved in the crash. God, I can't believe they say Florida does not require any annual inspection. What kind of mess is that? Good, these people ain't got no. Mm-mm. The elder Jones now living in Brandon, Mississippi, and the youngest Jones was usually the vehicle in Florida, where he was stationed in Pensacola. Ford spokesman said Deep told the Associated Press last month that the company had notified the owner of the recall and went to the house, but he did not confirm the address visit. Ford the declined further comment after the lawsuit was filed. Orlando-based attorney Andrew Parker Flex said that no one in the Jones family was visited by the Ford representative nor received a recall notice. The Jones family declined to comment except through Flex. You know, this is a terrible thing to happen. This really is. These things are literally the stuff of nightmares, Flex said. It's an airbag that shot metal at you. Flex from Morgan and Morgan has prosecuted more than 100 individuals taking airbag claims from the content that the dealer in Tennessee was alleged notified the Ford safety recall of 2006 range at least 12 between 2018 and 2020, but also did nothing to warn Miss Jones about the vehicle deadly airbag. See, this is so messed up. This man is gone because this these change of the address cause sometimes complicate recalls, said Gabriel Knight, another safety advocate for customer report. Move, Moving introduced the potential break of the ability to automaker to reach the car owner. Knight said unless the owner notified the automaker, which isn't likely, then the automaker is dependent on the address that have on file and registration record, which can significant lag behind moves. Trooper who arrived at the scene July the 7th found Jones deleted of the net of the net while the shark in the truck floorboard. The other driver walked it away from the mineral collection with no injury according to the accident report. Collision, excuse me, not collection, but collision with no injury according to the report. I think we intend to begin our investigation as possible homicide by gunfire because we weren't sure. Wait a minute. I think we intend to begin our investigation as a possible homicide by gunfire because we weren't sure. So you, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. So you, so you say it could be a possible gunfire by gunfire because you wasn't sure. Okay, okay, I'm just gonna move on from that. Jason King of the Highway Patrol told news outlet at the time that the Highway Patrol, when contracted by the AP, will give no further detail of the matter to the NHTSA. Documented post on the NHTSA database said the Florida Highway Patrol trooper filed a report with the agent said that the driver was suffering from fatal injuries due to the driver side airbag deployment. At least 28 deaths worldwide have been contributed to Turkey airbag. 28 deaths. If you had cases where 28 people that died from this Turkey airbag, that should have been a red flag right there. I got the question what these people be thinking about. This is a bunch of mess. The company used a minor a narrow way to create a small explosive inflammable airbag in a crash, but the chemical can become more violate over time when exposed to moisture and repeatedly high temperature, particularly a problem in the warmer, more humid climate. The exposure can be a part of the metal consistent and hull shot through the passenger compartment. About 67 million vehicles with Turkey airbags in the United States have been subject to recall according to the NHTSA. Just like all the Western cars, no different than the Western cars. The last previous death caused by a Target airbag occurred in a Hyundai in Atlantic Coast County, South Carolina in January of 2021. So that was last year. This whole thing is a myth. It really is. And it's unfortunate that this person is now deceased. Hyundai Jones Jr. Unfortunately, I tell you, it's unfortunate he became a victim of these defective cars. That's what it appears to be. It appears that this man right here you see on the screen became a victim of these defective cars by these people. I, And what bothers my mind that Florida don't require no. I still can't believe why we're earlier. How you not require no inspection? I can't believe y'all weird there. I thought all states supposed to require a inspection of car. What going on with Florida? Ah, y'all tell me what y'all think about this. This is messed up. Make sure y'all share this video because I think I think a lot of people might not be aware of this. And just to uh 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 add something to this, I have done videos on cars that have we had an airbag recall. I have done those before. So it doesn't pass me by this particular brand car. Talking car had a car on airbag because these cars out here they get recalled, they known to have that problem too. But this right here, this particular one was just devastating. It really is. But let me know what y'all thinking. I'm out.